Hi, I'm Thomas, and welcome back. This is going to be a really quick lesson about some of the most useful phrases for understanding flight announcements, ordering food and drinks, and handling common problems on your flight. Once you board the plane and find your seat, you'll probably want to put your carry on bag into the overhead bin, but your tray table should probably remain in its upright position during takeoff and landing. It's never fun to encounter turbulence, but it's somewhat common when flying at high altitude. During times of turbulence, the seatbelt sign will turn on, and you need to return to your seat immediately. And beverage service will probably be temporarily suspended. My favorite part of a flight is usually when the flight attendant makes the announcement that it's time to disembark the plane, and I can finally stretch my legs and get my feet back on the ground. When you board the plane, you might want to ask somebody to help lift your bag into the overhead bin if it's heavy. It's completely fine to ask a flight attendant or another passenger for help. And if the flight isn't full and you want to move to an empty row for more space, ask a flight attendant. They're usually okay with this if you ask politely. Once the plane takes off, the captain will usually make an announcement to let you know the cruising altitude and estimated time of arrival. In the event of turbulence, the flight attendant might make an announcement to keep your seatbelt fastened and return your tray table to the upright position. And the announcement about when the plane will be landing always puts a smile on my face. When flight attendants come through with the service cart, these are a couple of the questions they may ask. It's good to be familiar with the questions they ask so you can be ready to use polite phrases to order what you would like to eat and drink. If you need anything on the plane or need to make any requests, you're a lot more likely to get what you'd like if you use some of these polite phrases and questions when you ask. It's important to always be polite with the flight attendants. Simple courtesy like please, thank you, and excuse me goes a long way. Flight attendants are managing many passengers, often dealing with difficult people. When you're polite, they notice, and they're a lot more likely to help you. If you need a blanket, pillow, or other comfort items, make sure you ask early in the flight. Most airlines carry limited quantities of these. If you wait until halfway through the flight, there might not be any left. Flight attendants will gate check your bag for free if the overhead bins are full. Don't panic. You'll get it back when you land. Another thing to keep in mind is that on budget airlines, food and drinks usually cost extra. Low cost carriers will nickel and dime you for everything they can, even a glass of water. So, bringing your own snacks and an empty water bottle you can fill after you go through security can save you some money. And the words excuse me are the best way to get the flight attendant's attention. Don't wave your hands across the cabin and don't shout. And definitely don't press the call button over and over unless you're sick or really need immediate attention. All right, let's get some practice thinking about onboard flight situations in English. This is the kind of real world communication we practice in one on one sessions. Taking these words and phrases you're learning and turning them into confident conversations so you can get that blanket to stay warm, the meal you want, and have any issues taken care of quickly. Okay, you made it through the flight. Coming up in lesson 7, we'll cover security and immigration to make the most stressful part of the trip just a little bit easier. If you want to explore future tenses, like we will be landing and we're going to experience turbulence, which you hear constantly in flight announcements, check out Grammar Lesson 11. And for pronunciation practice with p and b sounds like please, beverage, and blanket, see pronunciation lesson number 29. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at security.